Slay the Princess. Второй эпизод. Такс.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
Что бы сделать?
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is the blade is your implement.
Предлагали попробовать. Как я в первый раз сделал, да?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. Her voice.
Hello?
Is hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you. It's How many times do I have to tell you?
Wait, really?
You're only making this more.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement. You try the door, but it's locked.
Нам нужно вдвоем быть, да.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. Fine. No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are
Так, и убить принцессу.
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
Oh, so long. Уже на год накапал.
You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast.
Oh,
She ducks to the floor,
Она
your
сама
blade narrowly
справилась.
grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time?
О, изменилось поведение.
I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces on you with the same
Лол,
animal
когти.
ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her.
Батл.
You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to
Когти,
pull
реально.
apart your flesh and sinew with ease.
Да и челюсть тоже специфичная.
You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's
Кстати, кровь на ножике появилась. Я не помню, отмечал ли это.
everything goes dark, and you die.
Witch. Что же звучит пугающе. Интересно, кто сейчас будет.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement, you're here to slay her. I can assure you that you didn't. If he doesn't remember what happened, brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
Что здесь подразумевает? Уступки, соглашайтесь. Окей.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show. A warning. She will lie. Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
Окей. Чел реально будет поддерживать политику, видимо, ее.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Да, столика даже нету.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Возьмем.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. Да, войти в подвал. Перехватить нож тут
нельзя. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. A voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming
да,
up
мне
the
там
path.
написали, что
I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Опции, доступность. Поменьше, да, наверное. Вот так вот.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough.
Friendly enough.
Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is.
Это, ну, машинный перевод с небольшой редакцией, насколько я знаю.
Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below.
Нормальный, по большей части. Есть, конечно, сомнительные моменты, но приемлемо.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
Кошка делает что-то непонятное нечто. Хвост, походу, тоже.
And there you are. One hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
Догадалась.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and
наратор
slay her.
пропадает всегда, так что в неком смысле для него это, ну, его миры пропадают, ну или что бы там с ними ни случалось.
Let's chatter up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Доброй воли. Ну ладно, сохранюсь.
You can't be serious. Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no. As do I. I, abstain? You abstain? She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
Не могу найти.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
Why not?
You hear a clanging of metal against the dirt floor.
А,
The
типа,
chains fall
ну
from
да,
the princess's
не
wrist.
удерживала.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little...
Sneaky little.
A woman after my own heart. It's a shame we just gave her a weapon, because if I were her, I'd use it on us right now. Luckily for us, you're not her. Oh, we sure think alike, though. I can promise you that. Whatever you say next, you better make it count. She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
Не трогай нас. Ну да. Больше таких нечеловеческих черт даже в лице. Ой, извините. Прекрасно. Жалко нету Найта. Давай первое.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
Да блин.
She buries the blade in your heart.
Я же на доверии.
No, come on, that's not right. I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
Я, может, переделаю, да.
I did it. I got you. You...
Или я могу просто переиграть, или не стоит.
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Не, я имею в виду переиграть в плане, типа, через сохранение или через полный путь. Потому что, ну, в этом нет особого смысла прохождения. Типа, я им недоволен. О, третий, кстати, чаптер. Не часто он появляется.
You're on a path in the woods. She stabbed us. She actually stabbed us. Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade, which, I might add, I voted against. But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just killed us anyway. I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. Maybe that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try. Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening. Like that changes anything. We all know the game is rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other.
Да понятно, я говорю про то, что я хотел увидеть.
Great, so you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually. Sure, twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through. What do you want me to say? It's bad that you've been here before. It's bad for you, it's bad for me, and it's especially bad for the world. The more times you run through this, the more likely it is that you'll fail. You've already failed twice. So you knew this could happen? Theoretically, sure, I knew this could happen, but I was supposed to be the first. I'd really rather not get into it. Ray! Not even he really seems to get what's going on. If the guy who goes around acting like he knows all the rules doesn't even know how this works, what's the point in listening? Then we can all move on and forget what I said about failure. It's important that you believe in yourself, and the fact you're
Я так и
here
сделал.
probably means that you still have a chance to pull this off and save the world. My world, at least. Sounds like you've probably doomed a couple of others already. I need to stop talking. Think happy thoughts.
Твой хэппи не очень хэппи.
Yes, good. Playing both sides. That's what smart people do, and you're the smartest in the room. I'm not sure it counts as playing both sides if people can hear you doing it. Buddy, you're thinking in far too few dimensions. There's layers to doing this right, and I'm pretty sure the one making the choices gets that. Trust in the plan. Trust in what plan? The decider's plan. Sure, we don't know what the plan is yet, but that's part of the whole trusting thing, isn't it? A good leader knows how and when to keep things secret, and sometimes a good leader even knows to keep things secret from himself. Sure, we'll see what she has to say for herself, but don't forget that whatever she says is likely just as much lies as what he's been telling us. We should keep our cards close to our chest. If I were you, I'd remember what she's done. You know how dangerous she is. And you should know that someone like her shouldn't be let loose upon the world. It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. You know what you have to do. The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, is it right? There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it. Well, it's not here. And if she has it, let me guess, you want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work. Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade. Every single time we come back here, something has to be different. Yeah, why didn't you mention the mirror? I didn't mention a mirror because there isn't a mirror. But he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right? Yeah, it counts for something. He's either a liar or he doesn't hold all the cards. But I think we already knew it had to be one of those. So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror?
Видимо, вот эти развалины.
I promise you there isn't a mirror and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it? You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent. Might as well take a look while we can. There's nothing else to do here now that the knife has been taken from us. You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough. Figures. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us. You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved. I'd say this feels like a trap, but you practically said as much. Yet you still want us to keep going. They're only thorns. I'd say getting a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me. I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles. The space thick with hostile vegetation.
Более человечный в этот раз. Но побитый.
At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Вау. Как много раз можно уйти.
I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
Если бы я мог.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go.
Ты тоже.
You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
А, да, серьезно?
And I've also hurt you.
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort.
Да
But then
ладно.
the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms. I'll be damned. She really gave it to us. It feels like it's been so long since we've held real power in our hands. I wonder what we should do with it. We free her, obviously. It's the right thing to do. I think you're right. She's as much a victim in all of this as we've been. Besides, it would really stick it to him to free her. Or, hear me out, slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance. That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
Нет.
We've all said our piece. Now it's time to make our move. It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. You don't count. And why shouldn't he count? because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Верни свой клинок.
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free.
Чел.
Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Even if he'll stick a knife in our back as soon as he has the opportunity, it's still better to have him nominally on our side. At least that gets him to shut up for a while. See? We're all friends here, united in our actions and intentions. Yeah, united. But the other one has a point. If it keeps you quiet, sure, we're all friends. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still.
Still.
It's a single slip of the blade. Is that really all you've got, threatening us with an accidental misstep? I expected more from you.
Не надо байтить его.
Our blade didn't even waver when he said that. Yeah, you're right. He's a bit of a nobody, isn't he? Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning.
Чел.
The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
She smiles, her hand slipping
Кстати,
into yours,
по
and the
идее,
two
все
of
еще
you
должно быть
rush
довольно
to the
больно.
basement stairs. Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out. You're getting desperate, aren't you? Even more proof that you can't actually do anything to stop us. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Лучше надо не врезаться.
As you step into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they
Окей.
yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this?
Забей,
It
чел.
feels so good to hear you say that you're admitting you've lost and we've bested you at your own game at last. I don't care what happens now. That's all I've wanted. You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Yay.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day. You irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now? Where's everything going?
Неважно уже, неважно.
Why is it so cold?
Я, наверное, просто пробегусь. Да. Ну да, да,
She's
да.
gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. You better watch your back. You can't get rid of me that easy. So you're the real puppet master here? can't believe I tried to help you.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet.
Я не
We're
злила
supposed
обычно
to
их.
be there. Do you know what we'll find out there? No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond? Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves. There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Реально.
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist. This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore. If I did, I would already be awake. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Boom.
You're on a path. You make your way up. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
Мне сейчас не брать надо.
The door to the pub is don't.
А почему у меня нету варианта?
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Okay. Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess.
Видимо, да,
if
из-за
Your
того, что я
Royal Highness
принес
is too
нож
formal.
первый раз, она была более агрессивная.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late. The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me.
Да, слушайте, у меня нет вариантов вообще никаких больше.
You... now, hold. As do I. You're going to get everyone killed. She pulls back, clearly caught off guard by whatever nonsense you just said to her. I thought it was nice. Whether it's nice depends on if we meant it. We didn't mean it. If you were lying, we'd all know. But unfortunately, you weren't lying.
What? What do you mean by that? What kind of game are you playing?
The look of surprise that momentarily softened her features vanishes as she
По крайней
steals
мере,
her
не зарезала
words.
с первого удара. Да, она зарезала
There's the
меня!
pain in your heart.
Твою
What?
мать!
No, come on, that's not right. I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground. The princess seems to
Видимо,
tremble.
поменяется
Her smile
голос в
fading
следующей
quickly,
части.
replaced with concern.
Why? Why did you let me do?
But you don't have the strength to respond. Everything goes dark. You're on a par. I can't believe I told you not to. Yeah, we know. You already got your I told you so's in while we were bleeding out. I just wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that I was and am on the right side of that argument. Oh, you're far from being on the right side of anything. You're fixated on the past, whereas what you should be is, a visionary. I like it. Tell me more. Gladly, my dear fellow. By cruelly turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power, we've begun a journey to something so much deeper. I like journeys. Traveling is a bit of a passion of mine. It makes me so relatable. Now, where are we off to? Well, if we're lucky, it's a journey to love. She hates us. Does she? She hesitated before stabbing us to death. There might just be a kernel of affection in that angry, angry heart. As ridiculous as this guy is, maybe he has a point. I don't know if I necessarily buy into his whole love journey thing, but maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change, so maybe she'll realise that things don't have to end in violence. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only give what another try exactly. It makes no difference if we conspire in the shadows or bear our intentions with open hearts. We are breaking your cruel cycle and whisking her away to freedom.
Freedom.
Oh, are you now? Great. So you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice.
Ну, я тоже спрашивал, так что да.
Yes. I'm not sure it can, buddy. Your trust in what? The decider. There isn't a plan, and that's the whole point. We're supposed to be guided by emotion. We're supposed to passionately live in the moment, and I'm sure that when the time comes, those passions will tell us to set our darling princess free. If I were you, I'd remember what she's done. You know how dangerous she is.
Да.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin.
То же
I don't know
самое.
if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The princess is a threat to you. The interior of the cabin is the only furniture of note. Well, it's not here. Let me guess. Look, as far I wouldn't be so. If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. We've already shown her our heart. Now she has to show us hers. Unless her heart tells her to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely. So, yes, I agree. Let's make sure we get on her good side. Yeah, I didn't, but he said. Either way, I say we take a look. It feels like it's been forever since we've actually seen
Вот, да,
ourselves.
насчет перьев.
For all we know, our feathers are all out of place. And that, yeah, we can't go around looking disheveled. A real go-getter takes care of his... So, is the daughter... I promise you that... You step forward and approach the scorched entryway. You know what you have to do. Wipe away the grit from the mirror, and behold our handsome features. You reach forward and wave your hand. Alas, our fine features remain unseen. We'll just have to trust that she'll find us beautiful as we are. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us. You step through the frame of scorched wood and make the
Ну,
stairs to the
шипы те же
base of their
самые,
spine.
да.
These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't. I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorn. You step out into what was once a vast open at the heart of it all, encased in a...
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Такс. Ну да, варианты те же самые.
I want to trust you,
Her grip tightens on the blade.
but you're hiding something, aren't you?
Ну да, видимо,
Why would you
путь
help me
в
if you
целом
weren't
один,
helping yourself?
но спутники разные.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her.
That sounds nice.
Her eyes dart away from your...
And I've also hurt you.
Вот это, по-моему, мне жал.
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
Ну да, ее можно бросить,
There's nothing
убить.
left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own. We don't need words to send a message. It is through action that we can show her our adoration, our devotion, our kindness. You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, but then the tension fades. You carefully pull it free from the thorns. She trusts us. She trusts us. Doesn't that set your heart aflutter? Yeah, a little. It could just be nerves. Being this close to her does bring back unpleasant memories, but I don't know, it doesn't feel bad. It feels good. Like we're special to her. We are special to have gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so guarded. Now all that remains is to free her from her bindings. Yeah, let's do it. Let's show her how much both of us have changed. Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so... That sounds like a splendid idea. I see that the lines have been drawn. It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. You don't count. And why shouldn't? Because he's clearly... That doesn't matter. He's been with us.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand...
Ну, 3 варианта.
Yes. What a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her. You can't just switch sides. I can do whatever I want. Everyone deserves a chance at redemption. Let him join us and be merry. We are all united by our passion. That's right. What he said. We've already given him a chance at redemption. And who says I don't deserve another? I really mean it this time. I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong. So I want to help you all free her. And I have no problem with that. Welcome to the team. You're one of us now. One of the good guys. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and subterfuge. Our blade is a dashing sword, and every dashing sword is an extension of its hero. It won't slip. You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? He's a bit of a nobody. Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning. The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe.
You actually meant it.
Do you see the way she's looking at us? Kiss her. Kiss her now before the moment ends.
Можно, да?
Can we actually do that?
Да-да-да.
No, you can't. Absolutely not. You know as well as I do that we can. And we wouldn't want to throw away a chance for a special moment, now would we? If I were only capable of throwing myself off a bridge.
Работай, наратор.
Well, are you going to describe our steamy, romantic kiss? You lean in and you kiss her.
Быстро, подробности.
She reciprocates enthusiastically. You kiss. It's done. Are you happy now? Come on now, this is the big moment. You can do better than that. Fine. You and the princess lock eyes and stare deep into each other's souls with all the emotion that comes from letting what once was hatred turn into pure, unbridled passion. Are you making fun of us? And then each of you close your eyes and kiss. Words can describe neither the nuclear fire nor the oceanic depth of your connection. Please. I think he actually likes romance. If history itself were not about to end, historians would document this moment for the rest of time. Musicians would write era-defining ballads, and great artists would expend entire lifetimes trying to merely capture the spark you hold right now. He's making fun of us. It doesn't matter either way, because this is good stuff. I'm aware of my skills. But unfortunately for you, the moment doesn't last forever. You open your eyes, the princess smiles gently up at you.
Пора проклясть весь мир забвения.
I suppose.
That was nice.
Her hand slips into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs. Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so please. After all the trials we've been through,
Да уж.
do you really think a few measly thorns can stop us? Love is an even more
Да,
powerful
мы дверь
weapon than
выбили ею.
We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not even sure we need to do it.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down.
Кто знает, если я врезаться напишу в этот раз. Окей, без
As you
разницы.
swing your blade into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. Your nightmare is our dream. Whatever world would condemn star-crossed lovers like us to a cycle of violence and despair isn't a world worth saving. We'll weave something new together. Something better. You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is... We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally...
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out.
What do we do now? Where's everything going?
Ну да.
Why is it so cold?
Все остальное, в принципе, так же.
She's gone. And there's that mirror. But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of years. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit?
Да, это
They
тоже
think it's
было. А
bad.
у протагониста не
I'm with
было.
them. Okay. If you say so, we'll trust you. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know
Ну, у
it.
меня был путь, где я просто зарезал.
Finally, we're going places.
Ага. Если интересно, будет то же самое или...
There's a world beyond the
Сейчас я просто суд ткну, там будет понятно.
This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't.
Окей, видимо, все остальное то же самое.
There is a we. If no. Do not look.
Все.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here.
You're on a path in... That's the spirit.
Просто сразу не тыкал.
You make your way up the short path. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely...
Через пульс, да, говорите? Да, по-моему, советовали. Ну, давайте попробуем через пульс.
You take the blade from the table. The door to the basement.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand. You step forward.
Все не бросал ни разу.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an
А стоп,
unceremonious.
бросить, я думал в нее бросить, твою мать.
Thank you. Maybe now we...
Against your better judgment, you
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
А, может попробовать забрать?
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out. Is someone
нет.
else here?
Дверь закрыли, как обычно.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive,
Ну, типа-
unyielding chain.
Типа она не хорошая, она типа холодная из-за того, что я с ножом пришел.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body... Wait, this isn't fair.
Ну,
You
это мы
can't just
видели,
watch
да.
me.
Так, ну... Наверное, будем пытаться сопротивляться.
Stop that.
Да, я знаю.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the...
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
Ну, она нас быстро убьет, да?
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat
Ну да,
with
да,
an
да.
almost clinical
Потому
ease.
что она типа холодная.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark.
Да.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her. A warning. She will lie. Yes, don't believe a word she
Skeptic.
says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink?
Wink. Да, да.
No, I didn't.
Wink.
Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess. The interior of the cabin is
Другой,
less
да.
a cozy woodland retreat and
Тюрьма
more like a
реально.
dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Думаю, мне не нужен
The
теперь
blade
Blade.
is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon. Are you sure? What if she, I don't know, turns it against us? Which I'm bringing up in a purely hypothetical manner. Yes, I'm sure. Turns it against you? She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world. Okay, I'm trusting you. Normally, yeah, but not about this.
Окей, окей.
Call it a
окей.
reflex.
Не
We
даю.
take the knife as we go. Wonderful. You do exactly that, sweeping the knife from the table before proceeding to the basement. Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so
Ну да.
what? It's not like we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone
Факела.
staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first? You walk down the
Oh!
stairs and lock eyes with the
Нифига
princess.
себе.
She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves, the chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck?
Тут уже обрезка мне явно не поможешь.
Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Скептик.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Окей, окей.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away
Незачем
from her.
ее нервировать.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Честно, не знаю, что делать с тобой из-за шейного особенно.
Oh, are we talking about that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But sure, I'll fill you in. Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue
Скорее
about
всего,
how
да.
things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how. So you've already been here. As much as I would like to it's complicated things. How? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
Huh? Окей. Просто
I
реакция
needed you to be
скептика же
in the
новая.
dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important, necessary even, and maybe I wanted to be the. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before.
Не все
See,
помните.
exactly. He gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. All right?
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more
Как же
your
много
mind
голосов
will
в
swing
голове
into
говорят в
dangerous
этот
waters.
раз.
Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter.
Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming. I don't know, but you could always try it on.
Нет, спасибо.
Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
And why is that?
Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
Мы просто осматриваем.
Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
I am.
Давайте.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? Sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp,
Магия.
as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement. Excuse me?
Excuse me.
Yes? Are we stuck here now? Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
Очень.
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Ну да. Опять же, я вообще не представляю, типа, о чем это. Ну, возможно, как бы... Заключение не иллюзорное.
Yep. Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not. No. Nope.
That's rude.
Да.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe.
Да.
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it. It just does. But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again.
Давай,
Let
убивай
me
уже
guess.
нас.
The cabin remains the same.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist.
Ля, скепсик
That's just how
душит.
things work.
Душит.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
I don't like small talk, remember?
Still rude.
Кстати, да. Я тоже подумал, что мы должны помереть просто от жажды. Ну, как-то не помираем. О,
You
разваливается.
continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in
Что
the
произошли,
stonework,
конечно, такие
and watch
изменения,
lichen
прошло
spread
явно
along
много
the seams of
времени.
the walls.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt
Цепи не
seeps
должны были
inside,
сгнить.
flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass and pass until suddenly, and
Ой. Вот, да.
I think he's gone.
А, все, наратор
Would you look
отвалился.
at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
she's gone. Is that a mirror? But it feels so bad. Like
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
okay.
Feels too good to be true.
В этот раз ничто. А, нет. Ворона какая-то. Про перья можно вспомнить.
I think you know what I
О, наратор.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me. Of course, that is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore. Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, except for me? I can tell you for a fact that I'm right. Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you. It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
Okay.
I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that. We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save. Soon I'll be gone entirely.
Да, реально.
And you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her and rid the world of
Посмотрим,
death
что из нее
and
вышло для
suffering.
начала.
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Long quiet. Я скажу правду.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Бум. Прощай, наратор. Оу.
I can
Многоликая.
finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
По очереди, наверное, могу поспрашивать ее.
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us. Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict. My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten
Спокойно.
you, then so be it.
Мы же нормально общались.
To question everything is to deny the proof of reality that lies in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. In believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck.
На свою шею.
But even then, you remembered the impermanence of the material and watched as the walls of your prison decayed into nothing. To be impermanent is not to end, but to change. And for the world to be impermanent is to make finite the suffering of all things.
Ну да. Вечность не может быть без изменения.
Would you strip that gift away and leave them all to suffer in their permanence?
Ой.
would. Our purpose is to be and to experience, and their purpose is the same. To be permanent is to cease. To be paused is to be trapped. A thought is a vine, and some thoughts
Видимо, в обратном порядке будем
bleed the
идти.
soul. An endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
Досрочно. А у нас типа бой. Ну я просто не с ней, не то чтобы не согласен, в этом проблема.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation. Your liquor drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
А если не выпущу?
Then there's no need for you to fight what we are. Whenever you're ready, we can leave together, hand in loving hand. If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
Я просто всех хочу
A
увидеть.
shiver passes through you as unseen fingers, cold as the grave, dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they do not return it. I offer you a path to your redemption, and you take my hand in yours.
Призрак, да.
You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was you to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
Постоянно, правда, я не буду участвовать в насилии. Здесь я просто промолчу.
But you say nothing.
Начинаете дрожать, ваша воля быстро ослабевает.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth. This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go. What I offer you is not perspective, it is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now,
No,
you don't have
голос.
to do it alone. All of them? I assume in the same way that
Понятно.
you're all of you. It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Давай.
Then let's go.
Оу. Улучшается.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
О, теперь там будет куча женщин.
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really mentioned the windows, did he? There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it.
В тюрьме упоминал.
And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade. Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated. Yeah, it's complicated. He put us
Было
through hell,
забавно
but he's been part of us
смотреть,
since the
как его
very beginning,
троллят.
hasn't he? That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
Посетить.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we
Let's
tried doing
think.
this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care,
Для тебя это
but
важно.
it seems important to you. And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice.
Ну
We
да.
could just keep doing this forever. I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before.
Ну да, специфичная мысль, конечно.
Who cares? We've hurt each other plenty, and I still like you. And if you're hesitating, then you must still like me, too. Fixing that is on you, not me. If you want me to help them, you'll have to make me help them. Neither do I. But we won't be alone for long.
Ну, она
I'll
из
be right
ножа.
here, waiting for you.
Обычно, когда ты с ножом, она всегда грубоватая.
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
А что значит, не поздно ли вернуться к Богу?
Well, if we change our minds, we change our minds. What matters is that we'll always have a choice. This is just the one we're making now. Yeah, I think it's too late for that. But maybe next time.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
Oh, I love you too.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
А закончить, типа, кроме убийствами, есть возможность какая-то? Ой. Твою мать. Что авто? А. Тут почти ничего нету. Нету. Что делаем по итогу? Окей. Так, в этот раз загрузить надо, блин, нажать.
You can't be serious. You're going to get everyone. She pulls back, clearly caught off. Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then someone's in them. You don't have to worry about me. My head's always empty. Except for thoughts of her. The interior of the... Yeah, why didn't... You You reach forward. You step through the frame of scorched wood, the stairs to the base.
I think you know.
You continue down the basement stairs. You step out into what was... The princess... You reach towards... Yes! What a good idea. Can we actually do that? As you swing your blade into the thorn, both you and the princess... Your... Hands clasped...
What do we do now? What?
But it feels so bad. Okay, she'll...
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me.
Да, я об этом
Short
хотел сделать.
and I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there? There is a warmth and sadness in this one. If I The next
You make your way up.
Хотя, как оно там получалось-то у меня, еще вспомнить.
The interior of the cabin is all.
Брал ли я нож или нет вообще? Да, я брал. Она была холодной.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This
Что за пульс? Убить, проверить пульс. Стоп, а это... Я сохранился там.
good. You're still listening to reason. You step. You lunge forward without.
Закрыто.
It's over. We should make sure. I really don't. And why shouldn't we? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse. We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question? Wait, what was that?
What is that?
You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a
Bruh.
pain frenzy. Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs.
Стоп, а у нее откуда клинок?
As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now. See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take
Ну
her
да,
with you.
для тебя, по идее, должно быть неважно.
For whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Разор.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay. I can assure you that if he doesn't remember this whole stabbed to death.
Стоп, кто? Cheated опять.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine. A warning. Before you, she will lie.
It couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess
Как
of
всё
warped
побито.
wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Мне нужен блейд или нет в этот раз?
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her earn for what she's done to us.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below.
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get
Выйдите из головы.
Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong
Да,
with that
реально.
voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess
Странное
comes
место
into
для
view,
того, чтобы быть
her sharp
привязанной.
eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody. Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Ага.
What? No! No, I wouldn't stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason. And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to, not stabbing distance to help me.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her.
She certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it.
But you know who is armed? You. So stop
You.
second-guessing yourself and do your job.
But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
Oh, you don't. Okay, I see. I have an idea. You should come over here and stare directly at the chains. You won't be able to find a key if you don't know what it's supposed to look like, so you better come right within close staring distance just to be sure.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now? You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk.
Мой мир.
Then maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way.
No, I have my dignity.
Fine, and we'll continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
But if we killed each other, then why are we here, right now? Both of us normal and unstabbed.
I do have to hand it to her. That's a very good question. And it's one with a simple answer. You haven't slain her yet. So how about you get moving? Last time? What are you talking about? Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth. I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember. Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
But I'm not mad at you, so please stop standing so far out of reach.
I think I've said my piece at this point. I think we all have. But if you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
Of course not. At least not now, because you're here to save me. But you'll have to come close. Okay, I'm bored now.
Она устала.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that matters. She's a prisoner. She's... Shit.
Ah!
In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion.
Стоп, у нее внутри руки
So I
клинок?
guess she did have a knife of her own after all. How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do? At least we're safe here. She's still in chains. And those chains stop her from continuing her advance, at least for a moment. She looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion.
Сейчас ее руку отрубят себе.
Then she slices through her arm. Okay, maybe we aren't safe here. She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to
Потерял
outpace.
две руки, чтобы бить нас.
Ah, shit. Okay, she's down an arm and we still have a weapon. I guess we'll have to use it. And use it you do. But unfortunately for you, and for the entire world, you are horribly outmatched. You keep pace with her for a single brief and wordless exchange before she severs your hand and, with it, your only line of defense. She's much better at this than she was last time. Yeah, it's unreal. Bloody cheater.
Bloody cheater.
I'm going to kill you now.
I'm going to kill you now.
And with a squelch, she does just that.
Wow.
Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're what? The interior of the cabin
Oh,
is sharp,
skipнули.
a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do? I feel dizzy. Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now? Nobody. Nobody holds the cards. That's how it's always been. That's unfortunately how reality works. The circle's getting smaller and smaller.
Haunted.
Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight. What's the point of
Broken.
fighting if she's just going to win every time? It hurts being sliced to pieces.
Сразу двух
We're better
дали.
off just sitting up here and doing nothing. Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction. That can't be right, that's too much responsibility. I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world.
Видимо, у меня очень жалкое
Let's just stay
прохождение.
focused, shall we?
Судя по тем челам, которых мне выдали.
The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a A pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure. You take the blade
Вообще не
before
дают
anyone
выборов.
finished telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
That's right. We've got to be able to win eventually.
And what if we never do?
Don't be like that. I know things are hard right now, but we got to stay positive. If they're confident, then I'm confident. So, are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to? I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? There isn't a door, there's just that mirror. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess. Oh. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance
И
to
там
wander on the
нету
basement stairs.
лестницы.
They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Your body
Oh,
tumbles
привет.
onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Да уж.
Fun for her, maybe. I didn't like dying all over again. Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
The past isn't real. There's only here and now.
Оу!
Your
У нее все
bickering is
две
cut short
руки.
by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas. Now, I've tolerated quite a bit from you, but this is a bridge too far. Please don't try romancing the princess. She wants to kill you. She's going to end the world if you don't stop her. Yeah, do we have to flirt with the murderous monster?
Да.
I'd rather not. It's not like she wants us anyway.
I'm fine with it. Let's see where this goes.
Дайте ей взгляд. Что это значит? Ну, попробую.
The look.
Look.
The look. We've all used it.
Yeah, do you not know about the look?
Нет, не знаю.
Even I know about the look.
You flash the princess the look. And a rosy blush
What?
rushes to the princess's cheeks as she breaks into a wide grin.
What?
Unbelievable.
Блин, согласен. Тут я редко, когда я согласен с наратором.
Oh, is that how it is? Yeah, okay, I feel that. I like you too. Neat.
Oh, be damned. This is actually going to work, isn't it?
I know.
Still going to kill you. But now we could both enjoy a mutual romantic subtext to the murder.
Спасибо.
Or not. At least she likes us. I've never been liked before.
Blush still glowing in her cheeks. The princess closes the
Теперь она
distance,
Яндере.
blades flashing. She skewers you. Ow.
Ау.
What worthwhile romance doesn't hurt at least a little bit?
О,
What
Смита.
matters is that she likes us. She's even said as much.
Сколько народу в этом руте.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die.
Да.
Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, dead, dead.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have we been here?
This is 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do
Zupke.
next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us.
Ас.
Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her. As long as we keep moving, we'll win her heart eventually.
Oh, great. So it's going to get even more crowded. Even more deluded voices that think we might
Да
stand
уж, Броукен,
any
конечно,
kind of
реально.
chance.
Come on, show me something new.
Привет, Максвелл. О. Ну, давайте это попробуем. Окей. Очень окей. Тебе много попыток.
Then you skewer yourself.
У них все оружия стало больше.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought.
Контрариан. Это кто?
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder.
Стапор, ну понятно.
She skewers you.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
Just panic. Flee.
О, параноида давно не было.
She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
Do you see that? We almost had her. That was luck. But we only have to get lucky once. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. None of this is working. Think. She skewers you.
Возможно, мы здесь всех
We're
увидим.
getting close to something. Can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time. That's all we need. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Сколько раз?
Your Honor, don't lose your head.
Да,
We're in
да,
a
да,
cabin
скип,
and
скип,
we'll
скип.
take it from here. Everything feels like it finally fits,
Тут
doesn't
клинка
it?
даже нету.
We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is
Ой,
already
все,
in
мне
our
уже
hand.
выдали его.
Ho-ho! What if? Throw it out the window.
Over my dead body. That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Besides, what better way to die so very many
Wow.
times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman?
Sure, I can think of a better way to die. Yeah, they're all the same, really.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times? How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing them? Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only
It's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Да, нож никуда не денется.
sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything?
Забей, чел.
Don't care, just want to win. Fine, make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you gonna say what she does? Do you want me to talk now?
Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing.
Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists,
Oh!
splitting into red blooms of raw meat as
Oh.
it stretches and tears. Then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton.
Какого
Her
хуя?
heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit!
She's gorgeous.
Ты о чем, бро?
Absolutely divine.
Ну, тут ты не ошибся.
Yes! Behold, the perfect woman.
Тут от Вумана ничего не
You think
осталось.
We can throw her out the window.
Почему ему так нравится бросать что-то в окно?
That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs.
This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it? This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing. We're screwed. I quit. I'm done.
I'm
Forget.
done.
Narrator,
Fuck this shit.
What just happened?
Oh.
It's so quiet.
Oh.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
Вы бездействуете, и все же благодаря этому бездействию ваше тело движется само по себе. Принцесса наносит удар, когда вы приближаетесь. Ну, когда ее там что-то там.
You're incredible.
Завершает свою дугу, вы уже находитесь в другом месте. Ваше оружие сталкивается снова и снова. впервые она входит в ритм, свободный от мыслей и от самого себя. Есть только танец. Прилив и отлив, смена отливов, приливов и отливов между вами. Чем глубже вы погружаетесь в игру, тем быстрее бьются ваши сердца, и тем быстрее импульс проносится между вами. Бесконечно нарастающая крещендо, а затем открытие. Вы клинок наносит свободный удар, и ее клинок тоже наносит удар. Оба удара смертельны, никто из вас не выживет, но никто из вас не боится того, что будет дальше. Это хороший финал. Лол. Нестандартно. Вы не любите смерти друг друга и никогда не увидите. Пришло время вам уйти. Ну да, все. Арка закончилась. В этот раз без голосов даже. А, ну да, это ж последний.
I think you know. The narrator. Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo. Or I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter... Nobody alive. Then ask them and make it quick. It doesn't hurt. We've already crossed. I'm aware. And if I were you, I'd be more precious about... I've said my piece.
Ага. В ответ она распускает бесконечный каскад улыбок, а затем терпеливо ждет, когда вы продолжите.
Every word you spoke. Names are the ever the path when the echoes spun us from one into two. So will even of course if we didn't. If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us...
О, новая, да.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead and alive and dead all at once. You learn to put yourself away and to follow the flow of reality. And you used it to rise above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. Unjust impossibilities pushed you to become something you would never have been without them.
Ага.
Were we self-destructive, or did the beauty of our dance reach beyond the shadow of death? It was lethality that made us what we were. A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that
Это
bleed.
старая, да.
Then help me again. Then there's no need for you to fight. If you need more time to... And without contrast, there can be nothing at all. Nothing is immutable. Every
Сейчас сохранить. Так, ну это было.
It is
Да.
from this universe.
Что, хотели проверить, как оно...
What I offer you
Если
is
мы войдем
not
без ножа.
perspective. It is truth.
All of they're still where you left them, stuck in the folds of this place. Part of me is with them. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there.
Ага.
Then let's go. Yeah, of course.
It's just us. I think.
Yeah, Yeah. He really put us through hell, didn't he? No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far.
Ну, конечно, конечно.
The stairs. Do you remember the... And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
А, блин, ну ладно.
Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say? Honestly, me neither. No. I feel like I'm myself again. Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean? Okay then. Let's leave.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's
Я остаюсь
just the
здесь.
two of you.
Как, ну ладно.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be alone for too long anyways. The others are still around
Okay.
here somewhere. I'll find them.
Словами и шумными мыслями. Ага.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you. I love you too. But I'm trying not to be sappy about it. Don't make me get all emotional.
Ну, у меня много плохих концовок. Во-первых, моя первая концовка плохая. Самая первая. Ее даже не учли, когда у нас этот спор был. Я думал, возможно, то, что я промолчал, но нет, ее вообще не вспоминали. Когда я ее типа оставил сидеть там, а потом она, ну, когда параноик появился, вот это, потом я ее убил. А потом в третий я просто сбежал. Ну и последняя арка явно не сильно позитивная вышла. Кот. Да. Такой, конечно, конец более удовлетворяющий, чем просто начать все сначала. Ну, это понятно. Давайте обсудим просто. Ну, во-первых, да, необычный интересный концепт в плане отсутствия, ну, прям правильной вариативности, даже в плане, ну, в Бранте, да, было, например, что если ты ошибаешься, да, ты проигрываешь. Здесь, как бы, в принципе, такое понятие отсутствует. Графически интересно сделано довольно. Много, кстати, нарисовали, реально. То есть, несмотря, ну, как бы на не самый, как бы, сложный, да, типа, рисунок, но их прям, ну, реально много сделали. Не знаю, как бы один автор нарисовал, или там больше было. Но все равно объем получился довольно большой. Вот. И у нас тут, по сути, ну, 2 человека, да, на озвучке сидели, но они довольно хорошо. Потому что наратору, ну, я назову его наратором или главным героем, ну, короче, и принцессе нужно, ну, прям много голосов было делать. То есть один человек, да, все рисовал. Нет, в смысле, ты можешь проиграть Хрону в Банта очень легко, особенно если слишком много захочешь. Особенно если играешь без последствий. Здесь, типа, ты в любом случае придешь к финалу. Чё бы не жмакал. Я не знаю, насколько естественно нам будет ощущаться. Ну, я не знаю, какие у тебя будут выборы, да, при каких возможностях. То есть, может быть, у тебя выборов будет меньше, чем у меня было. Пусть у меня тоже они усредненные получились. Ну, по крайней мере, реакции на эти выборы. Вот. Так вот, да, типа 2 голоса только, но им нужно было делать очень много различных голосов. И, в принципе, они довольно хорошо справились с этой задачей. Наверное, ну, мужской больше как-то, ну, запомнился в этом плане. Больше зашел. Особенно, опять же, ну, ощущалось, что у него как будто больше разнообразия, и он более, скажем так, интереснее с этим справлялся. Опять же, ну, сюжет будем считать, вот какой сказали нам, такой и я буду считать истинным, да, в плане того, что чел, вот этот наратор, да, попытался там как-то спасти мир. Не совсем понятно насчет одного мира и множества миров, да, которые он там спасает или не спасает. Потому что... Что это за множество миров, типа, появилось? И почему тогда, ну тогда это не имеет смысла, да, потому что все равно уже сколько миров погибло, когда-нибудь там +1, -1. Ну, может быть. Я видел 2 концовки, грубо говоря, да. Ревайт очередной, и мы ушли непонятно куда. Непонятно с какими последствиями. Вот. Я, кстати, ну, типа, мне, ну, не второй половине, большая часть ну, вот, именно прохождение концовок, да, не глобальной концовки, а вот этих мелких историй. То есть, поначалу это больше напоминало, что, ну, как-то, типа, хоррор больше. Благо, типа, ну, не все далеко было на этом сосредоточено, и по итогу, по крайней мере, в моих прохождениях такой части было даже меньше. Да, интересно, что, типа, основа у персонажа одна, но он, типа, получается совсем разный. И сюжетная, и твое восприятие, и ее восприятие тебя. Так что некоторые версии даже приятными вышли, какие-то более забавные. При том, что касается голосов в голове, что... Опять же, мне нравилось, как там наратора, можно сказать, троллили, там, типа, описаниями, которые ему иногда приходилось делать. Да. Опять же, довольно простые, яркие, как бы запоминающиеся типа образа, да, ну вот эти все, которые, они буквально названы в честь них. И кто-то больше нравится, кто-то больше, кто-то меньше, но в любом случае, да, они хорошо довольно получились. Вот. Опять же, мне в моем прохождении, да, больше нравилось, скажем так, стараться как-то разрулить, осознать и помочь, да. Возможно, если бы я вот постоянно там пытался обманывать или просто убивать, и, ну, то есть по жесткому поступать, возможно, ситуация была бы вся, ну, куда хуже. И, как бы, впечатление было бы другое. Но вот от этого у меня вот подобное. То есть, наверняка можно пройти игру, реально просто убивая ее как можно большим способом и в конце тоже прирезать. В каком плане проиграли? А я даже не совсем понял, что значит запаролить рут. Типа, видите, где-то 4, где-то 3, где-то 2 части истории. Самый первый сосуд создает финальную версию. Ну понятно, вот поэтому у меня она и была. Потому что я пришел к ней с кинжалом сразу. То есть поэтому по первой нету и в перечисленных. То есть надо начинать с этого мужика, который, господи, как его там, короче, рыцаря красоты, как я его обозвал. Это была, по-моему, наша первая попытка, когда мы свалили. Или нет, это был другой раз. Я понял, короче, если не подходит, то значит запаролеру. Понятно. Вот оно что значит. Ну да, я типа не закончил его. Я просто свалил. Потому что... Ну я же не знал вообще концепцию еще тогда игры, в принципе. Это теперь... Потом я знал, что там ты собираешь, и не важно, что он в конце получится, да, досмотреть до конца надо. Я просто тестил различные варианты. Пытаюсь, опять же, я сначала, ну, вообще же не знал, типа, это настоящее, ну, то есть, поначалу кажется, что ты просто в обычном мире реально, тебе какой-то, ну, странности какие-то есть. Но потом по итогу оказалось, что это вообще, ну, симулятивная некая штука с божественными сущностями, да. Ну да, тут же не прикрывается игра из-за этого. Не пишет you lose. Начиная там сначала или сохранение. Так что да. Довольно прикольно получилось. Интересно было. Несмотря на специфичность, да, как бы, ну, жанровую. Как бы, она, с одной стороны, по идее, однообразная должна быть, но она получилась сильно, скажем так, разная в этих однообразности, что совсем не надоело. Question. Вопросы. Что-нибудь я еще не отметил. Загадочек Мирц. Ну, сейчас в любом случае времени не будет. Типа, расчет был как бы на один стрим, когда писал. Так что можно уже будет и подождать. Перевод, кстати, был вполне себе норм. Единственное, что надо быстрее было бы разобраться с размерами, да, вот этими всеми. Конечно, я что-то, ну, не сразу сообразил. Окей, тогда я буду заканчивать запись.